Ay, ay, ay. Here's my problem with dating in Kenya. Here's my problem with dating in Nairobi, right? Here's my problem. Everyone has expensive tastes, right? And I was talking to this girl on Instagram, right? And she was like, "Have you been to Oyster Bay?" And I'm just going to assume Oyster Bay sells oysters. The problem that I found in Kenya, Nairobi specifically, right, is a lot of these women have high expectations. Right, and I've talked about this briefly. Now it's time to get into detail. A lot of these women have high expectations of the experience that they assume they think they deserve when going out on dates. And that expectation is something expensive. That expectation falls between two lines. The first line is seafood, the second line is steak. If you're not talking about seafood or steak, or if seafood or steak is not on the menu, these women are not interested.
Excuse me, I'm trying to figure out what I'm in the mood for.
Of course. Anything I can help with?
Do you have seafood or maybe a good steak?
Oh, we do actually. Both. I can recommend a couple of options.
Great, I'll think on it. Thank you.
You know, I told this young lady, I said, "Hey, let's go to this place, right? Get something to eat." I guess that restaurant wasn't good enough. And the problem that I have with dating in Nairobi, and I've been on, more than a few dates, right? The problem I have with dating in Nairobi, and I've talked about this previously, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. You should not order the most expensive things on the menu, right? And the most expensive things on most menus, 99.9% of the time, are going to be different cuts of steak and various seafood options, right? Because, and I've said, and I will continue to say, on a date, my first time going out to eat with you, I assume that I'm going to get to know you, and I assume you're going to get to know me. We're going to learn some things about each other. We're going to talk. We're going to communicate, right? I am grading you in my mind, and you are grading me in your mind. We are both trying to figure out, are we matches? Do we get along? Do we like the same things? Do we have similar interests? Do we have a future together? Is there a possibility of a second date? And when I am out on a date and a woman says, "Hey, I want this steak. I want this lobster tail. I want these shrimp, these crabs, these scallops, these clams." I have already in my head made the determination that the chances of us meeting again are very close to zero. I have already made the determination in my head that the chances of us being together are close to zero, because you've already given me everything that I need to know that I don't want to be with you. You've already given me everything that I need to know that if we were going to be together, it would be an expensive ride. And I am not saying that women shouldn't eat steak or lobster or shrimp or even oysters. But what I am saying is these are not first date activities. And people say, in another video, "Oh man, it's just $20, $30, it's just a steak." But let's do some simple math, right? I've been here a couple of days, right? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I go out on 6 dates, right? And everyone orders a $30 meal, $30 steak, $30 seafood platter, $30 lobster tail, whatever the case may be, right? That's just their meal. That's not my meal, just their meal. 6 dates, $30 for their food, right? And I'm being generous because most women want drinks and dessert. Hey, how you doing? I need a favor. I need a favor. I know I'm sitting here hanging backwards like 50 Cent at the Super Bowl, but I need a favor. I'm not asking for money, donations, clicking a link, nothing like that. Do me one favor. Can you do that for me? It's free. I swear. Hit that subscribe button. Drinks, right? So let's just say I'm being generous, right? I need to be more generous, but let's just say 30, right? Let's just say even 30. 30 days for her meal, 6 days I went on. You do the math.
Plus that movie, 2,200. 11.8 for what? Dinner, flowers, and a taxi she ordered for someone else?
I just spent $180 just on their meal in a week. And this is why, people are torn between, and this is probably a topic for another video. Is it worth going on dates or is it worth paying? And here's my biggest problem with dating in Nairobi. A lot of these women probably aren't eating steaks at home. I'm sorry, most of these women probably aren't eating steaks at home. They don't have lobster tails in a deep freezer. They don't have snow crab legs in a freezer. They're not boiling shrimp with butter and Old Bay seasoning. Right? The problem that I have with dating in Nairobi is a lot of these women are going out and eating things that they might not have ate in a month or two. A lot of these women are going out and they are consuming foods that aren't really regular to their diet. And they're seizing opportunities with that traveler, that foreigner, no matter where he's from, to eat a good meal. And I'm just being honest. Women are seizing opportunities. And I personally do not want a woman that's going to take advantage of my kindness because, listen, I was able to dodge this. When she said oyster bag, yeah, we cut that out. No, I'm good. You go by yourself, enjoy yourself. I'm good, love, enjoy it. But when I go to a restaurant that doesn't specifically say oysters on it, and she orders something, then I am stuck in a bind. Like this one. So we went to a restaurant and I ordered pasta, right? I love seafood. I love pastas. It's just me, right? I don't like eating fried foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I really don't like eating fried foods, right? But, I'm kind of a seafood pasta kind of guy, but it's me. If I work for the money, I have the ability to spend it on whatever I want to spend it on. But you are a little different. So I went out with this woman today, and this average restaurant, right? Nothing special. There's quite a few branches in Kenya, right? And I'm a gentleman. And I said, you can order first, right? I'm not going to say, the way it comes to me, looks at me. No, give it to the young lady. Let her order. She orders, first thing out of her mouth is steak. And I try not to show emotion, but in my mind, I'm like, this is going to be the last steak that I'm paying for. This is going to be the last steak that I am paying for. And, this isn't a Nairobi thing, not a Kenya thing, but women, right? Women love, and I had this happen somewhere else. I might talk about it another bit. Women love to order food that they can't finish. Hold on. Women love to order food that they can't finish. Repeat that. Women love to order food that they can't finish. And I knew when she came out with a steak that was this big, I knew in my mind that she was not going to be able to finish that steak in that half a plate of fries. I knew that she was not going to be able to finish it. And this is the picture of the food when I was paying for the check. She didn't even eat half of the steak, probably didn't have half of the fries, but she knew, and I knew, with the purchase of that steak for lunch today, that she also had food for dinner today. With the purchase of that steak and those fries for lunch today, she also had dinner today. And women are using the system to multiply their food supply. Women are using the system to multiply their food supply. And here's my thing, right? And I've been places, right, with women, and they be like, hey, I'll pay for this. And I'm not saying a woman should pay, right? I don't mind paying, right? But some things I just don't expect on a first date, right? So I've been places with women, I'll pay for this. I got this. I'll pay for my meal. And 99.9% of the time, it's not enough for me. I love women. First and foremost, I love independent women. I love women that's like, I don't need you, Chris keeps flying. I got this, right? I love a woman that doesn't need me in her life.
Nairobi! I've been walking these streets all day, meeting everyone, seeing everything, but I've got a question. Where can I find a feminine woman? Somebody tell me. I'm serious, I'm looking.
And a lot of passport bros, a lot of men, a lot of travelers, they want submissive women. They want women in poor countries. They want women in poverty so they can kind of have that superiority complex. They can use them as a puppet. They know that that woman needs them, and they know, oh, this is another video. This is another video. I ain't even getting into it. But a lot of men love women that are in poverty because they're in control. That's all I'm going to say. But I personally prefer a woman that's not in poverty. I personally prefer a woman that has a job. I personally prefer a woman that has her own. And you're going to have a difficult time finding that here. And listen, I ain't going to say it's not impossible. I'm not saying none exists. But you're going to have a relatively difficult time. And I've met women and I've dated women that was like, hey, I'll pay for this. Let me get this. Whether I let them do it or not, a different story, right? If we're dating, we're in a relationship, I pay for 200 meals and she wants to pay for one, sure. Or I pay for the last 15, she wants to pay for one, sure. But typically under normal circumstances, I don't let a woman pay. I used to do this, and I've done this before a very, very long time ago, and maybe I need to get back to doing it. Going out to a restaurant, let her order something. She orders something expensive. I order a free glass of water. She orders something expensive. And I've done this once or twice. Once that I can remember, and I'm pretty sure it was at IHOP, right? Pretty sure it was at IHOP. Maybe not. But anyway, she orders something expensive, right? Because, of course, I let the woman order first. She orders something expensive. I order a glass of water because I already see she wants steak and shrimp. And when her steak comes and her shrimp comes and she say, hey, why do you just get water? I already ate. I'm not that hungry. I just want to get to know you. I proceed to ask the waiter, how much was this glass of water? She says, oh, water's free. It's complimentary. And I say, adios, because let's be honest, some places, I'm not sure they're going to charge for a glass of water, but better be safe than sorry, right? They might have pulled some of that nice filtered spring water in your glass. Now you guys spend $5 on a glass of water. But I have ran off on women that ordered expensive meals. And here's where I'm getting at right now. Do not order anything, women, that you can't afford. Do not order anything that you can't afford. Because if she ordered this steak and I'm like, hey, I'm just getting the water. Give me a glass of water. Don't ask for bottled water because they're going to bring you some $10 bottled water. Ask for a glass of water, faucet water, probably disgusting water, probably the worst water, probably toilet water, but guess what? It's free. She ordered steak, you ordered water. I already ate. I'm not that hungry. My stomach hurts. I'm not feeling that well. I just want to talk. And you leave. And I'm not saying do this, and I'm definitely not saying don't do this. But women have to learn to not put themselves in a bind they can't get rid of because they feel that that man is obligated to pay for that meal. They feel that that man is obligated in some shape, fashion, or form to pay for that meal. The only thing I'm obligated to do is die when the Lord calls me. Anything before that is of no obligation. Dating in Nairobi has been it's been an interesting journey. And as I've said, and I will continue to say, you can fool me once, but you can't fool me twice. My suggestion for those coming to Nairobi is pick a restaurant, stick to it. Right? Shorter steak, cool, right? Charge 1 to the game, but don't charge 2 to the game. But don't let a woman pick where you should take her. Don't let a woman give suggestions on where you should take her. Don't let a woman tell you where she wants to go so you can pay for it. Rewind it. Don't let a woman tell you where you should go or she should go so you can pay for it. Imagine that. You're telling me, you give me suggestions on where I should take you for me to pay for your meal. Okay, how about this? We go to Oyster Bay, you pay for your food, I pay for my food, and that's it. I bet she don't go. And a lot of these women here, right, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of these women are showing masculine characteristics. Because as I've said in a shorter video, a man's job is to lead. A masculine man, an alpha man's job is to lead. Right? If y'all are dating, y'all in a relationship, you know she likes Italian, you know she likes Mexican. Of course, naturally, as a good leader and observing and knowing your partner and your spouse or your girlfriend or fiance, if you know she likes Italian, you know she likes Mexican, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to an Italian or Mexican restaurant. Right? But a woman that I am dating should not be giving me suggestions on where I am taking her. And that is my problem with Nairobi. One of the many problems, and there's some things that I like about Nairobi. That is my problem. Women are showing this masculine male energy, and they are in their feminine energy.
You look like you need a little seasoning on that steak.
Wait, what are you?
Dollar sprinkle, boom, boom, let it rain.
Are you serious right now? I'm just trying to
Eat like a queen, right?
You're ridiculous.
A lot of women are acting like men. Either you're going to be a masculine male or you're going to be a feminine female. You can't be both. And if you're going to be a masculine male and give me suggestions on places that I should go, you should also be a masculine male and pay. Matter of fact, pay for my meal too. Masculine Kenyan woman. You know, I've never said this before, and I'll probably never say this again, but I just feel like a lot of women here are in there. They have energy of a man. They have men energy. They have I want to be in charge energy. They have I'm dominant energy. They have masculine male energy. A lot of these women here have alpha energy. But the thing about having this energy is you can't pick and choose when you're alpha and you're alpha and you're masculine and you're feminine. You can't choose masculine right now and feminine in an hour. If you want to give direction from a masculine male's perspective, complete it to the end. Okay, you want to go to Oyster Bay? Okay, cool. I guess you're paying for both of us, sir. Pause. Kenyan women, my suggestion, Kenyan women, is stop acting like men.